G'day and welcome to another pen review. Today I'll be reviewing this pen. It's a Platinum 3776. These pens are quite nice. I believe I picked this one up for about 110 Australian delivered off eBay. You can get them quite cheap delivered directly from Japan. I think they're a little bit more expensive if you try at one of the other shops, either online or in person. So I thought it was a good start. When I saw this blue type, which is a translucent blue, I thought that's brilliant. I had to have it. I think it's called Chartreuse blue. It looks almost like a tainted blue glass. Alright, so we'll start off. Like I said, the pen's semi-translucent. You can hold it up to the light and sort of see through it. On the end there's just a blue round dome coming down to this gold clip, which is quite springy. It's quite nice for a clip. It fits in a pocket quite easily, goes over your clothes quite easily, doesn't catch. Is a little stiff. If you've got something a lot thicker, you want to put it in like a jeans pocket, but I haven't had too many issues. Come down, you got a single gold stripe with a bit more of the blue, and then you've got a band around here, which is 3776 Platinum, made in Japan. Then you come down to your barrel, which tapers down the typical cigar style. You got a single ring at the end here, and then the end of the pen. It's a nice design. Looks really gorgeous. This blue is, I haven't come across anything quite like it. But yeah, let's unscrew. Now, one of the other things about the Platinum pens, especially in the 3776 and higher, I believe, is that inside it's got a spring-loaded slip and seal cap. The slip and seal cap goes onto here where the grip is tapered, and it basically seals onto there and tries to make sure that no ink evaporates and your nib doesn't dry out. This works quite effectively, as I've explained in other videos. I have been known to leave my pens lying around for 4, 5, 6 weeks. This is another one that I've done that too, and picked it up and it wrote straight away without a single skip. I was quite impressed by that, so it's quite interesting to see that work. And having the semi-translucent barrel, you can actually see the mechanism inside when you put it up to light. It's quite interesting and quite an effective way of keeping your pens wet. You come down, there's a bit of a step down on the barrel here to the threads, but I hold my pens higher up and it doesn't really get in the way. It is a little sharp, so if you've got sensitive fingers, you might feel it, but it's not a major thing. The threads are just there, they're not sharp. I've had no issues with the threads either, and I hold it generally right on there. You've got a gold band where the cap breaks, just there. Then you've got the blue grip as well, goes to a little flared end. This one has the medium, I think it's 14 karat medium nib. These nibs are not flexible at all, they're quite stiff, but still they're very nice nibs to write with. You have a standard plastic feed on the back, which is pretty typical of most pens nowadays. You open it up, it's a cartridge converter. Came with the converter on mine. It's quite a nice converter, sticks in there quite nicely, good movement on the piston. This type of pen, I probably wouldn't recommend converting it to an eyedropper, purely because of this metal section here. Obviously, if you filled this up, it would fill up and hold it with ink, I believe. Yeah, I believe it should hold ink. It's just purely because the ink will probably corrode the metal parts on the pen. But, if you were desperate and you wanted to use it in a hurry, you probably could use it as an eyedropper. Just put a bit of silicone grease on there, maybe an O-ring if you really want, and it would screw on quite nicely. I quite like this pen. It's alright to use unposted. I hold it quite high up, or you can post it quite comfortably. It stays on very nice and produces a fairly nice weighted and length pen. This one I've been carrying around with me for a while, on and off. Like I said, the fact that it seals when you do it up, you get to this certain point just towards the end of the thread and you feel that last half a twist where there's a bit more force on it, and I believe that's where the seal technology kicks in and it actually seals on the nib there. Quite a nice pen. For the price value, I reckon they're worth it. I've recommended a lot of people to buy these when they first want to go into their first gold nib pens. There's no flex in it, so you don't have to worry about pressing too hard and springing the nib. And not like you would with other softer nibs. And yeah, it's quite a nice pen for a good buy. I believe you can get them in soft nib versions as well. I think you can. I think there's a soft fine. There's also the music nib, which you'd pay extra for, and there's other options as well. Now, some of the dimensions. You've got the total length capped is 140mm. Posted, it's a decent 154mm. Unposted, it's 120. The grip section just here before it steps up is 10mm, and the barrel goes up to 13mm. The weight with the cap is 24.8 grams, and without the cap it's 14.3 grams. So it's a lighter pen, but without the cap. But you put the cap on, it becomes a fairly nice weighted pen that writes under its own pressure. Yeah, great value for the price. This blue, semi-translucent blue, it's kind of hard to show on the camera, but it's really nice, and I can definitely recommend this pen as a buy, especially if you want something that you can carry in your pocket and you won't be too afraid of losing, or if you want to get into the first lot of gold nib pens. This is quite a nice pen. The nib looks quite nice, and it's just sort of can be used as a business pen, or it can be used as a leisure pen. Definitely recommend it. I'll do a writing sample and show you what it's like. Okay, so here we're going to do the writing sample for the Platinum 3776 to show you the nib. It's quite a nice basic design. 14K medium. 585. Then up the top it's got the hashtag 35775. So we'll do a bit of a writing sample. This is the Platinum 3776. Oh, yeah, it's right. 3776 in Chartreuse blue with a 14 carat medium nib. The ink is J. Herbin Rose Cyclamen. Bit more writing. So it's quite a nice pen, very smooth nib, came out the box like that. I haven't had to touch it at all. Very happy with that. Nice pen to write with, quite comfortable. Can't really complain about it. I'll do a bit of quick writing, see how the nib and feed keep up. Great feed and great nib, no skipping at all. This one's always a great writer. I've never had any issues with it. I'll show you how wet the nib is. It's quite a wet nib, which is quite good. That's how I like it. There you go. So it's a very wet nib. Yeah, so there's no line variation in this one. It's a very stiff nib. But for someone that's first getting into gold nib pens, it's definitely recommended, because if you get one that's, let's see if I focus in, if you can get one that's a bit too soft, then you might press a bit hard, spring the nib, and obviously a gold nib's fairly expensive to replace. Don't want to get caught out doing that. But yeah, so definitely recommend this pen. It writes beautifully, nice smooth pen out the box. This, see if you can see this Chartreuse blue. It's a bit hard to sort of see through the pen. You can see a little bit through the pen there. It's very nice. Definitely recommend it. And the slip and seal technology is great. Alright, so I hope this has helped, and definitely recommend you buy one. So have a good day. Bye.